Hello, fellow ambitionists, and welcome to Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, the podcast. I'm your host, and this is where we turn your ambitions into actionable plans through proven strategies, personalized goal roadmaps, and a focus on progress. I'll guide you in breaking down big goals into milestones you can achieve. Each episode delivers practical tools to help you stay on track and make real progress towards your goals. Ready to start accomplishing? Let's dive in. Hello, fellow ambitionists, and welcome to Goal Accomplishment Made Easy. Today, we are talking about the difference between ambitions and goals and how to align them. Okay? Ambitions and goals are terms often used interchangeably, right? But they hold distinct meanings, and understanding the difference can help you make real progress. Okay, so ambitions provide the vision, while goals provide the roadmap to bring that vision to life. Okay? So let's talk a bit more about what sets them apart and how you can align them to achieve success. Okay? First, let's talk about what ambitions actually are, which I feel like these are words and terms that we hear all the time, right? Like ambitions, goals. But I think sometimes we just know the context in which to use those words. We don't necessarily know the true meaning. And so, out of fear of redundancy, we're going to talk about it and we're going to make it clear, okay? Ambitions are the big dreams, desires, or aspirations that drive you, right? They represent your long-term vision and the ultimate impact you want to make in your life or your career. Okay, so here are some key characteristics of ambitions, right? They're going to be broad and aspirational. They are often tied to your identity or your passions or values, and they're not necessarily time-bound or measurable, right? Here's an example. Saying, I want to become a successful entrepreneur and make a positive impact on the world. That's an ambition. Ambitions give you purpose and direction, but they can also feel overwhelming without a clear plan to achieve them, right? That's where goals come in. So, goals are specific, actionable, and measurable steps you can take to turn your ambitions into reality, right? They break your big picture aspirations into achievable milestones, this is my jam, right? Oh, I love some ambition. Don't sleep on that. I'm a very ambitious person. But the execution, though, we can think about it all day. We can envision it all day, but we need to act. And that is what I love. So here are some key characteristics of goals. They are concrete and focused. They are time-bound and measurable. And they're often short to medium term. Here's an example of a goal. And this is tied to the ambition that we just said, right? The ambition that we had was, I want to become a successful entrepreneur and make a positive impact on the world. The goal that would be attached to that would be, I will launch my first business within the next 6 months and generate $10,000 in revenue in the first year. You see how that takes us from the clouds and puts our feet on the ground? You know what I'm saying? Like we can have our head in the clouds, but still have our feet in the ground. Like do ambitions and goals, right? But let's do both. Let's do both. And setting the goal is just one half of the equation. You also have to create the plan and execute on it. And if that's something that you struggle with in any phase of that process, from the goal setting to execution, check out goalaccomplishmentmadeeasy.com. We're not just a podcast, we are a program, okay? And help you do everything that I'm talking about in every single one of these episodes. We meet every 2 weeks and we go over the strategy for how you're going to accomplish your goals. We talk about what worked that week, what didn't work, and we talk about what you did do and what you didn't do. And we will adjust our strategy and timeline as needed because life happens, okay? So, I want you to think about the relationship between ambitions and goals, right? Think of ambitions as the destination, right? And goals as the directions that get you there. Without ambitions, your goals might lack a sense of purpose. Without goals, your ambitions remain just dreams. So, here are some key differences at a glance, right? If you are listening to this episode, it is also a blog post, and I will link that in the description so you can visually see what I'm about to say, okay? Also, all of these episodes are a blog post. So if you ever are like, oh, shoot, what did she say? It's a blog post. It'll be linked in the description for you, okay? So, key differences, right? Ambitions are broad and long term. Goals are specific and short term. Ambitions represent why you act. Goals represent what you do. Ambitions are big picture aspirations. Goals are step-by-step actions. Ambitions inspire you emotionally, and goals motivate through clarity. Okay? So let's talk about how to align ambitions and goals. Step 1, start with your ambitions. Reflect on your big picture vision and ask yourself these 3 questions. The first one is, what do I want to achieve in my lifetime? The second one is, what legacy or impact do I want to leave behind? And the third one is, what excites or inspires me most? Okay? Second thing to do, turn ambitions into SMART goals. And I say SMART because everyone who has ever thought of any kind of goal setting has heard this term before. And it is something that many people can attest to. There are some things that I would like to add to SMART goals, but I will say to start for a beginner, use the SMART framework, okay? And SMART is our acronym, for those of you who have not heard it. The S stands for specific, the M stands for measurable, the A stands for achievable, the R stands for relevant, and the T stands for time bound. And the acronym together is SMART, okay? You're going to use the SMART framework to create actionable goals that align with your aspirations. In addition to making sure that your goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, I would add what tools and resources you need to make this goal happen and what support you may need to make this goal happen, okay? So here's an example ambition and the SMART goal attached to it, right? The ambition would be, I want to inspire others through writing. So beautiful, so beautiful. The goal would be, I will publish 3 blog posts per month for the next year. You see how the union the union is beautiful. I feel you can have your head in the clouds as much as you want, but let's also make sure that your feet are on the ground. And what I do is help you make sure that your feet are on the ground. I never want to take someone's heads out of the clouds, okay? But if you cannot have your feet on the ground. Pay someone who knows how to help you put your feet on the ground as well, because it's needed. Okay, you need to be able to execute on the ambition, right? Step 3, prioritize goals based on your season of life. We talked about this yesterday. Not all ambitions need to be pursued simultaneously. Focus on goals that align with your current circumstances and resources. Okay? Step 4, track your progress and adjust as needed. Regular review of your goals to ensure they still support your ambitions. Life evolves and your path might need adjustments. Okay? And last, celebrate your milestones. Meaning, celebrate and recognize your progress so that you can stay motivated and remind yourself that you are moving closer to your big dreams. Okay? I feel like there are people who struggle with being really ambitious or being very goal oriented and are struggling to marry the two. Someone who is success driven may also be very goal oriented and is just focused on the sense of accomplishment because of the positive reinforcement that they get from it, because they get praise from producing, they get praise from doing things. They notice that when they do things for people, they're acts of service. When they do things for people, they get more positive, responses from people. And the need to produce, the need to do, may be more so attached to external things rather than ambition and intrinsic things. It could be more extrinsically motivated than intrinsically motivated. And so on the other side of that coin, you've got people that are extremely ambitious, but they don't know how. I think there's a lot of people that we have a vision for our life, we have the dream, and we're just trying to figure out the freaking how of it all. And I think something very beautiful happens when you can marry both things, being success driven, being able to accomplish the tasks, being able to execute, being able to create the action plan, stand by the action plan, and complete the action plan. In addition to being ambitious, I think that's just like a beautiful combo. But if you are working on it, that's totally fine. Most of us are either or most of us are a mixture of both. And in different seasons, we have a little bit more of the other than the other. And that's fine because life happens, seasons change, okay? But if you're someone who is a big picture thinker and you're not really into the how or the details, it irritates you when people are like, okay, but how are we going to do it? Because it feels like they're bringing the energy down. Goal accomplishment made easy.com is for you. The program is for you because what I do is help you take that vision and create an actionable plan. And I think a lot of people think that they have an actionable plan, but they really don't. They have milestones. You need a step-by-step plan, like a very detailed step-by-step plans. I think when people create their milestones, they think that those are the steps that need to be taken, and those are just like the goal broken down into separate related goals, but it's not the step-by-step play, if that makes sense. So let's say that your goal is to get a new job, right? I think that people who create a plan for that, their plan would be just to put in applications to get a new job. But there's things that need to happen before that right? Your resume needs to be updated. Your cover letter needs to be updated. Your resume needs to be updated for every single application that you submit because it needs to be tailored to that job description. How many applications are we putting in a day? When do you need the job by? You know what I'm saying? Like there's overarching goals that need to be, there's overarching metrics that need to be hit is what I'm trying to get at. And I don't think people get into the weeds enough to identify what metrics need to be hit to stay on track to hit their goals. And if you're like, you're really going into the weeds right now, it's, I get paid to get into the weeds. I'm naturally like this, and I'm glad I found a career that allows me to utilize this skill set. If this is your first time here, girl, I am so sorry. I am a fractional COO. First off, my name's Desiree. If this is your first time here, hey girl. I'm a fractional COO, which is a Chief Operations Officer, and I'm also a project manager. And project management is literally taking the idea from ideation to execution. And then operations is the systems and processes that need to be put into place to be able to do that, right? So you're in good hands, okay? Just if you feel like I'm just going off into the weeds, it's how you succeed. Someone's got to have the vision, someone's got to have the how, and someone's got to execute. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what goalaccomplishmentmadeeasy.com is about. It's a program. We're not just a podcast, okay? So here is why aligning ambitions and goals matters, okay? Aligning your ambitions and goals ensures that your daily actions contribute to your long-term vision. It gives your efforts purpose. It minimizes distractions, and it helps you stay focused on what truly matters. By understanding the difference between ambitions and goals and intentionally connecting them, you really can transform your aspirations into tangible results. I always tell people, I don't want you to take your head out of the clouds at all. Stay out there. Someone's got to provide the vision, okay? But we also need your feet on the ground so it'll flow away. So we have to connect them both. If you are curious to know what's stopping you from accomplishing your goals and what you can do about it, I'm linking a free quiz in the description. Take it, and it will give you actionable insights based on the answer that you get, okay? With the right goals guiding your ambitions, you really can turn your dreams into reality. You've done it already. Think about some of the things that you said you wanted to do when you were younger, or just in a past, state of life that you actually did. It's a thing, right? Let your goals guide your ambitions, okay? That's all I have for you today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in to Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, the podcast. Stay committed. Keep taking those small daily steps and watch your goals turn to reality. For more resources and personalized support, visit goalaccomplishmentmadeeasy.com, and we'll see you in the next episode.